So let's start with this car specifically, since we're talking about this car. Why the 2016 RS? What drew you to this car specifically, and that model in general?
Well, I've never had a GT3,
Okay.
so this is my first GT3. I've had a couple of GT2s,
Okay.
but I always go for the top of the line if you're going to get it, because it's not a huge difference between the RS and the standard GT3,
Yeah.
but a lot more. I just think it's going to hold its value better, and I love orange.
That's helpful.
I love orange.
OSU have anything to do with that, or
What's that?
OSU have anything?
No,
to do with
no,
that?
no. No,
Okay.
I got the car way before OSU was even mentioned.
Before your son was even going.
No, yeah, didn't even know.
That's awesome.
So
Cool.
yeah, that would just happen to be.
So let's start with your Porsche story then, right?
Okay.
You've owned a couple in your lifetime. So what drew you to Porsche from the beginning?
Well, so when I was 18 years old, my dad's financial advisor asked me to take his 79 930 Turbo. This was in 1983, so it was only 4 years old.
Yeah.
Happened to be I think it was the world's fastest car at that time, and said, Mr. 18-year-old, can you take my 79 930 Turbo, drive it from Corpus Christi, Texas, where I grew up, to Dallas, Texas, which is a good 6.5-hour drive, and drive a new Mercedes back. So I cleared my schedule immediately, and that's when I fell in love, because I'm dealing with a car that's the fastest car you've ever driven. I just purchased a brand new Mustang GT, and it seemed slow after I drove that car. So that's how I fell in love with Porsches, and this is my 16th Porsche since I was 21 years old.
Okay. And what are some of those other cars you've had?
928s, just Carrera, Cabriolets. I've had 930 Turbo, I've had 964 Turbo, I've had GT2s, but not a GT3,
Yeah.
the normally aspirated, and
Yes.
that's why this car is so special to me, because it was something I'd never experienced before.
So now that you've had this car for a couple of years and experienced it, what are some, or you can list one, of your favorite aspects of this car?
Well, my favorite aspect's the engine.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody would say about this car, obviously the handling's impeccable and the transmission shifts flawlessly, but it's the feeling of the car. So when you turn the car on, then you understand what we're talking about, because the rumble in the seat, and then the sound of the engine, and you see other people turning around figuring out what just started, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's the feeling of the car just sitting in it makes it worth all the money.
Yeah, definitely. What would you want? I mean, you've taken great, I've known you for the past couple of years, and your ownership of this car, you've taken great care of this car. What do you want the next owner to know? What are you excited about for the next owner to experience in this car? What's something you would tell the next owner?
Well, so I'm big on sharing. Since when I was 18, someone shared a car with me that I didn't deserve, and I wouldn't have done that myself, giving it to an 18-year-old. But sharing of the inspiration of the car. So when I take it to a Cars and Coffee, I find a lot of younger people coming up to the car, because it's just a really awesome looking car, and so I let them sit in it. You want to sit in it? I've had a guy that I said, you want to start it? And he's shaking while he's turning his phone on, because it's okay if I record it. And that's great. I want to share that with other people, especially because it reminds me of when I was passionate at 18 years old about this car, and you want to share that. So anybody that buys it, I hope it's not going to just sit in a garage somewhere. I take it out every week, and I have my few miles that I drive, so every week gets driven, so all the oil gets moved around, everything gets done, and I can't stand it not driving it at least once a week. And it's better for the car, really, to drive it.
Yes.
And not put a bunch of miles on it, but just take it out and run the heat up, and just be nice with it, and not racing it and all that stuff. But it's definitely a very enjoyable car.
Yeah, sharing cars is one of the most enjoyable things about them.
Yeah, because I get to share it, and I don't go around and say, "Hey, look at me," type of thing. It just that happens automatically. But you always want to be humble and be able to share the car with somebody. Go, "Hey, you want to sit in it?" And they can't believe it, because most people, no, don't get in my car, and don't touch my car, get away from my car, just stand back. And that's not what it's all about. The car, the enthusiasm of the car, share it with other people, especially younger people, because that inspires them to maybe go for the top and try to attain one of these cars.
That's right. What's next for you? Because you've had 17 Porsches now. Right?
Yeah. another Porsche.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not done.
Well, and you know as well as I do, my daughter's name is Porsche, so I have one I get to say the name constantly every day.
Yep.
You know, our 19-year-old daughter.
Whether you have one or not.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and she doesn't. And I have a Panamera as well, and she likes driving that, but she likes driving her little Mini Cooper. She'd rather drive her Mini Cooper because it's not as big of a car. But next passion I think is going to be definitely going to be another RS, because the RS is kind of the pinnacle, and I like the normally aspirated sound.
Yeah.
So you know, and the 16 model is awesome. I think it's the arbitrage. There's always an arbitrage in the Porsche market, and
You're right.
that means that what car is priced low enough where it has a lot of upside, and the 16 model is that arbitrage right now. Believe it or not, it is the arbitrage.
I agree with you. It sits in a place that has nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, because the one before it's more expensive by 150 grand, and the one after it's more. So you always and there's not any difference, and it's really better, obviously, I think, than of course, you have a stick on the older ones. You have a 6-speed, and I learned on a stick. So, but the PDK, I have no qualms about it not being a stick. It's just so much fun, and you don't have to worry about shifting, and it shifts much faster than I could ever shift.
Exactly right.
You know, but it's very enjoyable.
Well, we are very excited to represent this car. We think it's going to do very well. Are there any final thoughts that you have before this car goes live on that?
I just know, I don't hope, I know that it's going to go to somebody that's going to take as good a care of it as I have. And I look forward to my next Porsche, because we're all curators of these cars. There's very few of them. There's, what, 4,500 in the world that were made in the 16, and there's how many billions of people out there. So we are a select few that we get the benefit of being able to take care of them for hopefully for somebody else.
Great point. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, David. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.